AITA for ignoring my mom's messages after being no contact with her for over a year now? My 19F mother's side of the family has been pressuring me to forgive her after she abandoned me and my younger sister, 10F, to move halfway across the country and not stay involved in our lives. This all began in January 2023 when my mother had to leave our small town for a doctor's appointment. She was only meant to be gone for a few days to see her doctor and come back home after that was done. Well, those few days turned into a few weeks, and before I knew it, 5 months had passed with barely any contact from my mother, despite many tries to phone or FaceTime her. We had moved in with our dad full-time by then, but we always expected her to come back. At first I was worried, because she had never been away from home for this long before, but she made up excuse after excuse, so I just had to wait until she said she was coming home. Then on the day of my birthday, May, a little over 5.5 months of her being gone, I kept checking my phone to see if she would call or message, until I finally gave in and tried to call her multiple times. Imagine my surprise when a strange man answered her phone instead. I thought I called the wrong number, so I asked for her by name, then asked who the man was. Apparently she'd been living with this man for the past 2 months and had been dating him since she first left 5 months before. She deliberately chose this man that she's known for less than a year over her own children. This made me extremely angry because I had given up my entire life to care for her after she got sick. Since I was 15, I've had 2 part-time jobs along with going to school because she couldn't work and we couldn't afford anything without my help. Since my parents were divorced and my mom had custody of us, I was the one who took care of my then 7-year-old sister and made sure she was fed and taken to school. I was the one who did all the cleaning, all the cooking, all the stuff she couldn't do, and I did it happily. I never complained, or cared very much, because I knew she wasn't able to take care of herself, much less us. Then less than a few months since she got better, the second she had a chance to leave, she took it. I stopped trying to contact her after that and only replied in short sentences when she contacted me. The last straw for me, and when I decided to go no contact, was her missing my high school graduation. The graduation that I almost never got to be a part of, because I was so busy taking care of her, that I almost never passed. It's now been 18 months since she first left and an entire year since I went no contact. For the past week my mom has started trying to contact me and my sister again. My little sister has chosen to try and talk to her again, but I've ignored all her attempts, and now my grandma, her mom, and aunt, her sister, are calling me ungrateful and saying that I should be ashamed that I'm ignoring my own mother. So AITA? Update. Hello everyone. It's only been a couple days since I've made this post, but a few things have happened since. It's incredible how much support I've received, and while I thank all of you, I just wanted to clarify a few points. Some people were asking about my mom's illness, and without getting into too much detail, it's a neurological disorder that impacted her ability to move and her hearing to the point where she needed to use a wheelchair for nearly a year and couldn't tolerate any loud noises without serious pain. It wasn't addiction or cancer. My grandma and aunt live 15 hours away and we've never been very close anyways, more of a once-a-year Christmas card and happy birthday message kind of family. My mom also had refused to tell anyone about how severe her illness had gotten, and hid it from her family and my dad, and I believed it was best to respect her wishes at the time. I don't believe that anymore. I didn't have to take care of my sister all of the time since my dad got her every other weekend, but when he didn't have her, I took care of all her needs and everything. I've finally told my mom's family the extent of how bad things had gotten while she was sick. I may have been raging a little, and they told me they didn't know how much stress I'd had to take on or that I had to work to take care of us. They thought I just worked to save up for uni. After we talked, they apologized to me for calling me ungrateful and everything, but they still believe that I should forgive her or at least try to stay in contact with her. I've refused and they are supporting my wishes for now, but I don't have hope that'll last very long because they're the type of people that believe family is everything, hypocritical since we rarely talked in the first place. I've also talked to my dad today, and he told me he supports whatever I may decide, and he'll keep in contact with her only for my little sister's sake and won't share anything about me that I don't want him to. I've also found out that her and the man she was with on my birthday are now engaged and she wants me to meet him and his son, 12M. I feel like if I get back into contact with her, she'll just want me to take care of her again and I'm just mentally unable to deal with anything else from her. I don't want to give up the life I found at university to be her caretaker again. I'm going to keep on ignoring her and just try to enjoy my summer break.